guys, so this week I'm going to show you how to break down a whole fish because fish fillets from the fishmonger are usually on the pricier side. Why? Because they do all the work for you. This is a big fish. This is a round fish. Why? Because he swims like this and he's on the rounder side. This has been scaled and gutted. Gutted means that they took all that stuff out. When you're buying whole fish, you have to make sure the eyes are clear. This is a clear eye. You can see the pupil. And you want to make sure when you take a whiff, it doesn't stink. It doesn't have a fishy smell. It just smells like the sea and actually smells quite delicious. So, tools you're going to need are fillet knives. This is a larger one and this is a little smaller one. What makes a fillet knife a fillet knife? It bends. Why? It works along the bone. So it bends and curves with it, otherwise you're gonna tear the flesh. A good chef's knife. This way you could just break the head off and trim off any other bits. And if you want a pair of kitchen shears to trim off the tail, if you like. Now that we got the 101 down, let's start breaking it. So when you're doing round fish, you wanna make an incision at the tail similar to this. This is gonna help you get a clean fillet off. Make another incision at the top, right around the neck. Like so. Cut around the belly. Okay, so you make a little V. So you're going to cut along the back, and you're gonna feel the hard bone. You wanna cut above that. Once you get the incision going, you can switch over to your large knife to make sure you have nice, even strokes. Sharp knife, cuts like butter. Cut along the back. So right then you get the incision, you wanna take your knife, and this is why it's important when the knife goes like this. So what you're basically doing is putting your knife in and then going across, and the bone will show you. Just trust the bone. As I'm doing this, my knife is at an angle. So now when you get to the middle spine of the fish, this hard part, so now your knife is more at an angle like this. You're gonna go down, and you're going to go with the rib bones. Take your chef knife, break down the hard bone. So now you're probably like, this doesn't look exactly like what they give me. Well, they trim it up a little haircut. So you can either, if you don't wanna waste too much, you can just trim this little fat off, clean edge. And then you have pin bones, which are these. How do you know what they are? If you feel your finger, they fight back. You could just easily take some tweezers and pull them out. So now that one side is fillet, there's another side. So you just repeat. So there we have it, your second fillet. And this is your fish bone. This you could just crack in half and throw it in a pot with some onions, and there you have fish fumet. And there you have it, round fish fillets. So our next fish is the flatfish. Why is it called the flatfish? Because he's flat. He's usually on the bottom, and they swim like this. Their eyes, on the other hand, are both faced towards this way, which is a little funky. What? He's really fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're filleting this guy, it's a little different than the round fish. This has been scaled and gutted, and we're gonna do a very, very similar technique. However, this has 4 fillets, 2 big chunky ones on top and 2 flatter ones in the back. So, again, the incision, and I like to work vertically. Then you're going to make an incision here. Again, it's very similar. You just go against the bone, which is where the fin is. Okay, so now that you made this nice incision, like so, you're just gonna continue along. I always like to make the incision on top of the head because when you get to the other side, it just glides right off. Okay, so now we begin. Take the knife and go in. Angle using the flexibility of the blade. That's your best friend. So when you feel the tip of your blade, you hit that spine. Ta-da! So that is one fillet. This little ripply part is just from the fin. If you want a more meatier texture, you could just trim that off, but I'm gonna leave it on. There we have it, and we're gonna continue on the other side. So this is still considered the meatier side. So you're just gonna repeat. And then this guy, you're gonna need to trim a little. Trim off the belly flap. There we have it. Nice clean strokes. So we got the 2 meatiest fillets now. We are going to get the other side. Nice white belly. We're just gonna make a little incision here, take out the 2 fillets. Definitely not as thick. And one last one. This guy is the least meaty, and it's gonna yield the least because you're only mainly taking this chunk out. There we have it. And this would just be for stock. Now that both our fish are filleted, the round and the flat, I'm gonna go make some fish stock, and I hope you guys learned all about butchering fish. See you next time.